Welcome back to Freelance School. My name is Chris Gorman, and in today's video, I've got a great one for you. We're going to be talking about Instantly.ai, the cold email deliverability platform that allows you, or you call it cold email outreach platform, that allows you to send basically take individual email accounts. You could have, let's say, 10 to 15 for your company, register, upload them all there, and be able to manage direct one-on-one cold email outreach to your targeted prospect list in an automated way. This is super effective. It's so much better than doing it manually, and so much less expensive than paying for advertising or paying for direct messages, paying for direct mail to your prospects, and can also make those other methods that much more effective. So without further ado, we're going to go and jump right into my review of the platform, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then you can kind of maybe test it yourself and determine what you think. But let's go ahead and jump right in. This is the home dashboard right when you before you log in, and it shows you very basic, different options you've got here, and we'll go to pricing in a second. But resources wise, amazing on their instant accelerator, like getting you started once you get your free trial or you get a paid plan. Their docs on how to set up your domains and how to set up your email accounts are very thorough, very specific. They also, in addition to that, explain the strategy and how you should think about it, and across the timeline, the different adjustments you need to make. So those are excellent. Their blog, very insightful. I'll go and show these. This is the accelerator and how it breaks each step down one by one in such a detailed way. And then you've got the blog here. Every day they're posting new blogs, and almost every day, and they are all useful things that just help you build the concept of what's going to actually make you successful and be effective when you're doing cold email outreach. So it's definitely worth a read, even if you haven't started using the platform yet. And yeah, pricing. This is actually another place where they really stand out. Like it was so easy to, or it's helping a client with their email deliverability, and that we were they're kind of curious how much this costs, and we were able to say, like for the plan they ended up getting was hypergrowth, which is $77 a month. It was an easy sell for them, and that allows them to send up to 100,000 emails monthly. So let's say in like their current email series, they do like a 2 to 3 email series, so that covers them up to around 20,000 contacts, 25,000 contacts, which is basically right here what they would need, and that's plenty. And so for 80 bucks a month to be able to do that, outstanding. Then the next thing I like about them is their chat support. I don't want to click that because I don't want to pop up the client's old chats, but they are great here as well. Anytime I've need something, let's say the immediate support, for one, they do quick response to your questions, and the second thing is that their AI that they have that answers the questions, even to start out, excellent, does a really good job. But let's say it doesn't do that, and let's say the initial support rep specialist isn't able to help you, they quickly go find somebody that can, and they get you the answer you need. And I have not had a single support chat that has not been resolved or left open-ended, like, hey, we just couldn't help you, or we didn't know what the answer was. So hats off to them there. What else do I like? They have great standard guideline recommendations for healthy deliverability. So basically, let's see if I can open one of these little screenshots here. Here's a recent campaign that or the last 3 campaigns that were ran. And for one, let's say you didn't clean your contact list properly, or you just didn't get the highest quality contact list, instantly will, let's say it gets to 5% bounce rate, then instantly will automatically shut off the campaign to protect your deliverability health of your domains and not to get you blacklisted. That's amazing. They do a great job of just kind of telling you like the warm ups that you should do, like the increase per day of how many emails to warm up. Like there's a lot of little technical subtleties that they already automatically provide you the guideline for when you're doing your different settings. And just to kind of hit here, first campaign failed due to bounce. Second campaign, we left off the open rate function. So what's webinar views, and we were just able to see the webinar registration, but we weren't able to really see what people were how many people were even open the email in the first place when they're getting it, and we just didn't want to compromise the deliverability early on. But now that we didn't, but the positive that we saw was that it didn't fail due to bounce rate, which is what we really just didn't want to do. That's the first improvement we want to make. And then on this next test here, our domains, our email accounts are more than 4 weeks old, which in the first 4 weeks, that's when you have the most risk to having a lower deliverability rating. we went ahead and turned on the open function just to see what things would look like and if we're actually getting opens, if they're actually getting delivered, not just going to the spam box. And right here, you can see, actually, that's not going to show it to you. This is going to show you, you basically, when you're in the account, you can see your different health scores. And if your accounts are all healthy, if they're sending warm up emails and the warm up emails aren't getting delivered, that's a sure, like a red flag for your account's probably getting blacklisted or they're having some sort of like spam report type issues. But in here, let's see if I've got the third screenshot. Don't have it open, but the one of the more recent campaigns was doing, I think it's right. Yeah, there it is. 31%. We went and turned on the open rate. So this is for anybody who is worried about if you turn on the open rate, what's going to happen on Instantly. And after sending the first 405 emails with the open rate turned on and the domains only being about 4 weeks old, we're hitting a 31% open rate. So I think that's okay. It's not that bad. I think Instantly recommends like 40 to 50% on the open rates. And like when we have newsletters on some of our monthly recurring clients, we try to hit in that range as well. But I'm actually kind of happy with this. I'd still just like to see, we're still checking for webinar registries because that's ultimately what's most important for this campaign, but that's nice to see. And if anybody's been wondering, yes, we turned on the open rate and deliverability wasn't instantly compromised, but I'll have to check back with you guys and tell you how it went as the campaign has continued going because there's about 2 more emails left in this series. So that's that. What else we got here? To be fair, it seems so far like the platform's pretty reliable and predictable if you know what you're doing. Like it hasn't, like my fear was when I was running this last campaign. Let's see if I got the screenshot open. Um, when I was running this campaign, you know, after the first one failed due to bounces, I was like, man, that stinks. I wonder, like, if these are already failing, it's probably going to associate those domains, those accounts as in a negative way, and the second campaign might not do as well. And since we didn't track open rates in the second campaign, could have been the case, but now that we're doing a third campaign and things are still just functioning just fine, it's actually given us kind of confidence in the platform. And so, kind of going forward, I have faith in it that it's going to continue being reliable as long as we do the right things. And the last thing I really like about it is that they partnered with Alex Mosey, and I think that he has purchased a part in it. I don't know that for sure. Don't hold me to that, but let's say that that is true. This actually gives me higher trust and faith in the platform. And so far as I've seen, given how often they post their blog articles and how well they do on their YouTube channel, which by the way, they crush it at putting out a lot of great YouTube videos, and they're very consistent. Let's see, 5 days, 5 hours, 9 days. They're pretty consistent in their YouTube videos as well, and I feel like they're probably crushing it before, but Alex Mosey he's, in my opinion, one of the top tier people, and if he's guiding something or if he's a part of something, I expect it to perform. So that, and also gives me, he generally is not going to become part of something that is up to no good or is doing poor practices. So that's what I really like about the Instantly AI platform, and I'm going to continue using it. I'll give you guys another update later on, like let's say at the end of the next month, so that I can let you know how the platform's still continuing as a new user running the first campaigns. I'm on my third campaign now. And what I don't like about it, not much at the moment, really. The only other thing I could say is potentially like just having most of everything they say and like the strategies that they recommend are based on generating meetings, like sales meetings, kind of relatively soon in a outreach process, whereas the current client I'm helping is driving people to webinars, and they have a much more like long tail sales cycle for their services for IT transformation for large like enterprise level companies. And I would like to be able to see like more, let's say, webinar based case studies. They might have them. They might send me a link when I post this video in my comment section, say, hey, here's all your case studies. Nonetheless, that's what I'm seeing so far. And other than that, I mean, I just have nothing negative to say about it. You could say their CRM isn't like the craziest things ever, but does it need to be? I don't think so. So far, love it. Inslee's amazing. I expect it to keep crushing it, and I think it's kind of commendable what they're doing in an area that's so rapidly changing. And you could argue they created a business in something that's when it comes to email deliverability, there's like the main platforms like Google, Yahoo, Apple, Microsoft. When it comes to email deliverability, they're constantly updating things, and in my like, you could argue that this company could lose its ability to generate like use value, service value, if an algorithm change happens when it comes to spam reporting and all that. Like maybe it just finds a way to limit instantly, but the fact that they've chosen to drive ahead and they choose to overcome any challenges in their way when it comes to that is amazing. And this is shown in one of their recent. I can pull up the help doc, but they weren't using like there's something that impacted like cold email outreach from people using like the Google's API, and they weren't using Google's API, so they were able to basically not fall victim to that. So just little things like that they're able to overcome and get around, or just not be affected by, I think is great. And the fact that they continue running, I guess they're probably at least past a year, maybe even multiple years now at this point, is a testament to their progress and everything they're doing. So I commend them. I recommend Instantly, and I'll leave a link in the description so you can find the platform. Otherwise, you can just search Google, and let me know what you think of Instantly in the comments below. Are you guys having success with Instantly? Do you guys need recommendations for improvement? Let me know in the comments, and stay tuned for the next video, and have a wonderful day. Peace.